Welcome to VSB News Online for Tuesday, December 23rd. I'm Peter Cattell. After listening to the recent comments, both inside and outside of Parliament, on the murder of 30 young black males in the past 11 years, former government race consultant and now Shadow Human Affairs Minister Rolf Kamishong suggests that a better word for the crisis than genocide would be fratricide, the killing of brothers by brothers.
One could make the case that with respect to the back and forth between Senator Barron and my colleague, Senator Mark Daniels, that perhaps a more apt metaphor would have been to use the term fratricide, which is the killing of brothers by brothers, in terms of it, like I said, being a metaphor that could have been more appropriate than maybe the term genocide. But certainly, Mr. Daniels and Senator Daniels needs to be commended for, again, trying to focus or refocus us on the issue of underlying causation that's driving this. I think Bermudans need to be aware of that, and I know that my shadow ministerial colleague, Mr. Robin, has touched on this, that after 2 years, we can't really say that we've seen any measurable positive turnaround with respect to the issue of gun violence coming out of, again, the whole gang phenomenon. Certainly we saw another horrific example of that only a couple of weeks ago with the murder of Mr. Edness. And so Street Safe, which was highly touted by the then opposition, now government, has yet to bear the type of fruit that they were touting it would produce back then. Now, that's not saying that that it won't do so, that it won't make a measurable difference, and we want it to succeed. But I want to just again emphasize that we have to focus on the underlying causation, the things which is driving this. We've seen successive, if I can use the term, generations of young black men coming out of our school system and getting involved in the illicit economy. It just didn't start in the last 4 or 5 or 6 years. If one could make the case that we're talking about maybe 3 decades of this. And so unless we begin to recognize, in my view, that the socioeconomic and / class and racial factors are driving some of this, I don't think that we're going to be successful in ensuring that this sort of thing comes to an end anytime soon. We will find ourselves continually having to face the same sort of challenges 5 to 10 years down the road that we're fighting now, if we don't, I think, come to terms with that.
Here's a New Year's prediction that has already come to pass. It will be cheaper to drive your car and light your house in 2015. VSB News' Brian Darby explains the phenomenon.
As VSB News predicted earlier this month, the island can expect to receive a Christmas present from the fuel importing companies and the Bermuda Electric Light Company as a result of the major collapse in the global price of oil. In fact, the Energy Commission approved such a present a week ago, after the usual consultations with importers and finance ministry officials. But for some strange reason, the Commission has decided not to tell the public what the new and improved rates will be, giving rise to the rumour that there has been a falling out among the parties and it has not been possible this month to announce a maximum price that can be charged at the pumps for premium gas and diesel. We have been able to ascertain that the Arubis service station have been instructed by their management to lower the price of gas at their pumps by 17 cents to $1.767 a litre, the lowest price they have charged since February of 2010. At the same time, diesel at Arubis station has been taken down 14.8 cents a litre to $1.602. The lowest has been since July 2010. The Esso company has declined to comment on what its new price levels will be in anticipation of the official announcement from the Energy Commission, which has not yet appeared. Meanwhile, Belco have reduced its January fuel adjustment fee down 12 cents after making a similar cut in December. Brian Darby reporting for VSB News.
One young Bermudian who appreciates the importance to Bermuda of the America's Cup decision is 21-year-old Kristen Green, who recently graduated from the Warsash Maritime Academy in Southampton, England, and has now started his career as a merchant mariner.
Well, you think Bermudians should really care about their heritage?
Definitely. Our heritage is the sea, and that was the whole aim of the Sloop Foundation, is to get Bermudians back into it. Especially the sailing aspect, which I think is great to see us all getting back into the trading. And since we're in such a unique location in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, there's ships constantly passing our island, so it's a great thing to get involved in.
What was your reaction to the America's Cup news?
Oh, it was awesome. I was really excited that we got the America's Cup. You know, it's something that we can all look forward to as seafarers and even regular people. And even we have loads of sailors coming from all over the world, so it's a great sort of networking event as well for people in this career. So I'm really looking forward to 2017.
And you're going to leave your name with somebody just in case?
Oh, of course. Hopefully I'll have a bit of vacation time. I can come back and do some networking myself. And I have a few friends coming who plan on coming down as well. So I'm all up for the America's Cup.
When you're young and you think about careers, I don't suppose very many people say, I'm going to sea, but you did.
Yeah, my parents were a bit surprised when they said I'm going to sea and making a career. But a lot of people find it interesting. A lot of people don't really think about that as a career for the rest of your life. And when you actually sit down and talk to somebody and say, oh, well, I've traveled here already and I've experienced this, I've done shore leave here, it's quite, you get some really good stories out of it and you really amaze people.
Well, that's the thing about this Spirit. We thought it was going to be an educational tool. It's actually turning out to be a career tool.
Yeah, exactly. And while being at sea is sort of a career, you learn so much. There's so many different, every day, we say every day is not the same. Between learning about the weather and the sea, you learn so much even in your career, and it's such a hands-on career that you can take whatever you learn, so you can bring it ashore and you can sort of make a difference.
Discipline being one of them.
Yeah, discipline is a major thing. Being able to get up on time for watch, and you work with so many different cultures that you have to respect other people. So discipline is a major part.
And visiting and travelling to another country and meeting other people, that must be the plus.
Yeah, we say we get paid to travel the world, which we do. Yeah. I mean, you do different ports on every voyage, and sometimes you never visit in the same port twice. And so if you're able to get off and even poke around into a small town, you can say, I've been there, I've done that, and it's really cool.
You don't have a girl in every port, do you?
No, not yet.
And we'll be back with more news right after this.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the breakfast bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
Bermuda's own celebrated movie star Michael Douglas has agreed to narrate the forthcoming television series called Ocean Vet, which stars the Bermudian vet Dr. Neil Burney, who was killed in a tragic diving accident last month. VSB News' Chris Lodge has more.
Gas Productions announcing through Facebook that the Hollywood star has agreed to narrate the series on behalf of Neil Burney, who died in November. Andrew Smith of Gas Productions saying, "It's been a very busy few months in the United Kingdom. We've been hard at work to ensure that Ocean Vet continues and becomes stronger. The delivery to networks is now pushed back to December of 2015. In consideration of the changes, we have revised some elements in the original trailer to include new footage and express a more team feel to the series, something necessary as Neil did not finish the narration and some underwater pieces to camera. He says we'll be back in Bermuda in June to reshoot some parts of the series. And finally, we would also like to reveal that Michael Douglas has agreed to work with Gas Productions and Ocean Vet to narrate the series on behalf of Neil, something he says we are immensely proud of. I'm Chris Lodge, VSB News.
In an effort to be environmentally conscious as well as seasonally generous, Age Concern has pulled off a coup this year by using wicker baskets to present its Christmas food and personal care gifts to more than 70 seniors, nominated by church groups, the community, and from within the Age Concern membership. Thanks to the generosity of a grant from the Bank of Bermuda Foundation, donations from Butterfield and Vallis, Deloitte, and the assistance of students from Cedarbridge Academy, the team was able to purchase the wicker baskets and fill them with an ample selection. The baskets can be used for many other purposes, so they become a gift in themselves, as can the insulated shopping bags donated by Deloitte. And now we turn to Earl Baisden with today's sports report.
Following the 10 Bermuda Football Association's first and Premier Division matches over the weekend, we now take a look at the stats and standings for both divisions. The Premier Division sees PHC Zebras and the Devonshire Cougars as the league leaders at the halfway stage with 16 points each, with PHC leading on goal difference with +8, while the Cougars have +5. The Somerset Trojans and Hamilton Parish are tied for third with 14 points each. Antoine Russell from Robin Hood is the league's leading goal scorer with 9 goals. Keston Lewis from the Flanagan's Onions has 7, while Shakir Smith from the PHC Zebras is in third with 6 goals. Shane Hollis from Hamilton Parish, Clay Darrell from the Dandytown Hornets both have 5 goals thus far on the season. In the first division, the current leaders are Devonshire Colts on 23 points. The Boulevard Blazers are in second with 21 points. Wolves are in third with 18 points. Ty Vince Douglas from the Boulevard Blazers and Kyle Jones from the Devonshire Colts are the league-leading goal scorers with 11 goals each. Ian Coke from the Boulevard Blazers and Lizandro Simons from the Devonshire Colts both have 9 goals on the season. Timon Daniels from Crossroads has 7 goals and Tristan Daniels from Crossroads has 6 goals. Staying with football news, Huddersfield fans got a chance to read the thoughts of Nicky Wells when he was featured inside Saturday's edition of Give Us an H when Town hosted Birmingham City. Huddersfield Town's Bermudian striker Wells was the feature interview in the 44-page newspaper-style publication, which was available from sellers around the ground at the stadium on game day. Wells went into detail about the season thus far for Huddersfield Town, as well as what it's like to be a footballer over the festive season. The Fairmont Southampton announced the dates for the annual Bacardi National Par 3 Championships, which will be held on January 17th and 18th at the Turtle Hill Golf Club. The tournament began 5 years ago and has grown into 2 events. The top finishers in the Bacardi National Par 3 Championships will be invited to play in the Grey Goose World Par 3 Championships in March of next year and will be staged on the 27th through to the 29th. The Digicel Junior National Squash Championships got underway at the Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club yesterday. In the boys under-19 semifinal, Dylan Muldoon recorded an upset when he defeated Keon Knights 11-8, 13-11, 11-9, while the defending champion Nazir Smith defeated Beckett Simmons 6-11, 11-5, 11-8, 11-7. In the girls under-19 division semifinal, Emma Keane defeated Madeline Rose 11-1, 11-9, 11-4, and Susanna Armano defeated Ty Williams 6-11, 11-9, 11-3, 11-8. In the girls under-13 division semifinal, Abigail Brewer defeated Eden Smith 11-3, 11-2, 11-3, while Lauren Dietz defeated Isabel White 11-6, 11-6, 11-5. In the boys under-13 semifinal, Charlie Riker defeated Ted Charmonte 11-love, 11-4, 11-2, while Matthew Elliott got by Tom Peckett 11-6, 11-3, 11-8. Now that the camp is over, we asked Tom Evans, the International Cricket Council, America's high-performance consultant, when the contracts for the ICC Americas players that took part in the training camp in Barbados will be offered. Evans is quoted as saying 6 players will be assigned to a franchise each and attend a pre-tournament camp in June of 2015 alongside 4 West Indies under-19 players. Then one of those 5 that are with each team will be chosen for the final contract position. We will work with the 6 to have them in the best possible position to capitalize on the opportunity in the lead up to June. We'll obtain selection feedback on the 6 players from the High Performance Center's coach and the CCC coach and make selection in January, which is not likely to be announced until late January, end quote. 44's Promotions hosted their Futsal in the City youth tournament at the Mount St. Agnes Gymnasium. The first age group was the 8 to 11-year-old players. The teams that participated were Social Club, Ballers, Just for Kicks, Fireflies, and F&F. In the semifinals, Social Club defeated F&F 1-0, and Just for Kicks defeated the Ballers 1-0 to advance to the finals. In the finals, Social Club defeated Just for Kicks 1-0 to be crowned the Futsal in the City Youth Cup champions. The second age group was the 12 to 16-year-olds. The teams that participated were Just for Kicks 2, the All-Stars, CS Boys, and Indoor All-Stars. In this group, the top two teams in the group automatically advanced to the finals, and the remaining teams played for a third-place playoff. The third-place playoff was an exciting match between Just for Kicks 2 and the Indoor All-Stars. There was no score in the regulation time, which forced the game into 2 minutes overtime. The score was then tied 1-1. However, the Indoor All-Stars won on penalty kicks. In the finals, the All-Stars defeated CS Boys 5-1 to be crowned the Futsal in the City Team Cup champions. I'm Earl Baston reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Wednesday, December 24th, there will be sunny periods with winds east-northeasterly, moderate, veering easterly by mid-morning, then south-southeasterly during the evening. We are expecting a high near 73 and a low near 65. This report is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thanks for watching VSB News Online for Tuesday, December 23rd. I'm Peter Cattell.